Shadow Coast here, and welcome back to Star Citizen. In this episode, we are going to take on an FPS mission, first-person shooter mission. And I like to call this mission the Bunker Buster. Its official name, I believe, is Evict Illegal Occupants. So, Hurston Security has recently traced a series of vicious attacks back to HDSF Ishmael. We are going to head there and clear it out. Before we take on this mission, Evict Illegal Occupants, there are three things that we need. And we actually have all three of them, but I will outline them. So first thing you need is a nice weapon. So unfortunately, we are at Everest Harbor, and they do not sell weapons. Now luckily, I already have bought a bunch. So to make this video not take forever, we're assuming that you would pick up weapons somewhere else. Port Ollie, you could head to Lorville. There are a bunch of different places to buy weapons. I do not believe currently there's a place to buy it on Everest Harbor where we are starting. Number 2, armor. I highly recommend that you purchase some armor. I'm going to show you where you can do this on Everest Harbor, and they actually have an armor set I personally like. And longer term, I think this will make sense because you're going to get much better armor. So you can see right now, I am wearing a bunch of heavy duty armor. It is the ADP set. It is heavy armor. It does provide for 40% damage reduction. I have read that full damage reduction might be a little bit bugged. This is, I believe we're playing in 3.9. So I'm hoping that is fixed. But you can head over here. So you leave the Easy Hab, you head down the stairwell and head to the left. And you can see here the armor that I bought is these ADP. I went with the blue setup. But you can see here 40% damage reduction. And then I bought the helmet, legs, and torso. You should buy armor that suits your needs. I do recommend that you have armor because you are going to take hits. And the more armor you have, the longer you can survive. The third thing you're going to want to buy is buy a bunch of med pens. And you can never have too many med pens. So I always like to buy a couple whenever I'm here, just to make sure I'm fully stocked. Now, obviously equip your armor. You go to the equipment manager, you click on armor, and you can pick it out. You can see here I have the full ADP set. Or actually, I think I have a different helmet, but the helmet still gives me 40%. It's heavy reduction. I don't know why it's different. I think it was part of the set. I went with the aqua set, and then I got blue legs, so I couldn't find aqua legs. But here's one of the things that you want to do. This heavy armor not only gives you armor, but it's also going to allow you to equip additional items. So for example, when we scroll down here under weapons, so equip your weapon. Here I have 2 weapons. I have 2 AR ballistics. To be honest, I only need 1. I did have an optics attachment. I like the reflex, but you should get whatever you like. And when you scroll down here, one of the things I like about this armor set is that you can carry up to 8 weapon mags, which is pretty awesome. So we're going to equip 3. If you know what, we'll quick one more 4. For me, that should be enough. I try to take on headshots. The other attachment that I do like is a tacit suppressor to make it so we don't trigger all of them running at us. Again, it's your playstyle. If you want to go in guns blazing, go ahead. But again, I do recommend you purchase armor, and one of the many reasons I do that is that you can carry more magazines. On top of that, you can also carry more consumables. So with this armor set, we can carry 2 med pens instead of just 1, as well as 2 oxy pens. In this case, I only need 2 med pens. We will be on the planet. If you want to grab some grenades, go for it. So 3 things you're going to want before you head out. Number 1, armor. Or number 1, have a weapon. Better than the pistol, although if you're good with the pistol, you can use that. Number 2, we're going to want to grab an armor set. Number 3, med pens to heal, because you are going to take damage in most cases. And you want to be able to heal yourself so you don't die. Now you can see here in the bottom left here of the screen right around here, I need some water and food. So we're actually going to pick that up. It will slow us down a little bit here getting off the ground, but it's important that you always carry some water and food. So you can see there, security is where we grab our ship. We're actually going to head over here to the right. and head over to the rest and relax area. So we need to take a left. It can be confusing, but once you run around, feel good. Alright, so we have a bunch of spots to eat. We can eat at the hot dog stand, but I don't want to overdo it going into combat. So instead, I'm going to head over to the juice bar and see what they have to eat and drink. So if we click I and then back, we can unequip our helmet because we can't eat with our helmet on. We just have to make sure we put it back on. And it looks like we can't eat at the juice bar. Let me head downstairs and see if there's another spot. If we need to, we can grab the hot dog. I think that stand should work. Elroy's is always pretty good. But let's see if we can get the pizza bar. I'm just thinking around here. Alright, so we're gonna buy this thing. Thinking an energy drink. Probably not the healthiest. But let's give it a go. And you can see here we're enjoying our energy drink. I'm just gonna suck it all down. And I'm not sure how to throw this away. We just kind of drop it on the ground, which is kind of a jerk move. And we can get, oh, I should have got water. Alright, where is food? That'd be cool if I could just steal that slice. Alright, what's up here? 8. Let's just grab one of these things. Burrito. I think it's a burrito. Yeah. And we just wolfed that down. Okay. So we are all set. We're just gonna zoom out here, take a look. Alright, let's hop in our ship. So we're gonna head up to our ship. So you gotta play survival, Star Citizen, by eating and drinking once in a while. That should do it for us for the rest of this episode and hopefully several missions. I find that if I'm playing about after an hour or so of being in game, I need to start considering eating and drinking again. We could grab food to go and stack some water. It's been really buggy for me, so I don't tend to do that. I just try to, when I need to, I'll go eat and drink as needed. So we're going to run over. And I'm going to, my preference to run this mission is going to be taking on, and we're going to re-equip our helmet so we don't die when we head out to our and I'm going to retrieve my freelancer. I do have Avenger Titan. You can see there I have a bunch of fake ships. There, it is buggy. I'm going to have to reset my character. I recommend taking the freelancer if you have it. We could do this in the Avenger Titan, but there are turrets, and the freelancer has a much stronger shields, size 2 compared to 2. I think they have 2 size 2 compared to 2 size 1 in the Avenger Titan. And those ground turrets can be a real pain because we can't really target them. They're a real pain to target. So this guy just got in. Where are we going? Pad 4. Or he ran into his own instance. Yeah, he's not there. I think it said pad 4, so let's head over there. So in this beginner's guide I'm putting together, I am going to show you things soup to nuts on how to run missions, so you can see the game, and as well as any glitches that may or may not happen. HDFS Ishmael, this one should not be bugged. I think one of them was bugged where the elevator didn't work, so I'll outline that. So we're running over to our freelancer. It's kind of the exploration ship. I am excited for more exploration stuff to come out in upcoming patches. But for now, we are going to take on this mission, which is actually a fun one. So this one pays out 7,000 UEC. Level to effort and time to do, I put this as a medium level, so basically a medium efficiency. The most efficient I found are the ECN space combat missions. You basically can generate more UEC, I think about 10,000 UEC per 10 minutes. So these are the most efficient mission to farm out UEC. But I really like Evict Illegal Occupants just because it's actually a really fun mission. And I do enjoy the FPS aspects. Okay, so we will need to go to Ishmael. We should be able to jump right to it. So let's exit the station. And let me see if we can target HDSF Ishmael. We can. So this should bring us right by the mission. One of the reasons this is medium efficiency is that for the payout, which is pretty good, we still take a while to enter Atmo, clear a turret or two, get inside, kill everyone, and get out. So it does take a little more time, and that Atmo's atmosphere. Entering and exiting atmosphere takes time before you can jump around. Where with the ECN missions, you are in space, so they are more efficient. The way I'm going to set up this guide is I'm going to be taking on different missions and showing you what I'm doing to prepare for those missions, how I approach it. Obviously, there's lots of different ways to do various missions and take them on. On this one, I recommend getting what I like to call horizontal. So you're going to see that I'm bleeding off altitude. So we're heading in, we're heading towards the location, but you can see here I'm holding left control. That's the default to decrease your altitude. So I'm trying to get low, and you'll see why. This base will have, I think, 4 to 5 surrounding turrets. We're probably going to want to take out 1 or 2 of them so our ship doesn't get shot at as we enter. So you will see that here in a minute. They can be a pain. One thing I recommend you do, you can see my targeting reticule right now, and I can barely see this, but effectively here I am gimbaling, setting the gimbal assist mount. So here you see there's like a dotted line around it. Let me see if I can angle this a little bit better. So you see right now how I can move this cursor around. They are not linked. Here they are linked, and here I click R, I guess twice. We have the gimbal assist. Now one thing you're going to note here is that you can see the convergent point is pretty far away, and this is actually kind of a pain in the butt because the turrets, we can't target them and we have to get pretty close. So you can see here I'm bleeding off some speed. I am getting what I like to call horizontal. I'm coming in pretty low to the ground. And right now, unfortunately, I just bugged out. Okay, there we go. Just a little bit of lag. It happens sometimes when I first log in, which I just did. So we are getting really low to the ground. I try to get about 1,500 off the ground. Alternatively, you can just park far away and run up and ignore the turrets. We might end up doing that just for sake of expedience. But we're going to try to do this the right way. I don't want to hit the trees. Those seem like pretty tall trees. Looks like I might have taken some damage on one of the left fins. It's not there. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like I did take some damage. Huh. Maybe when I needed to repair something. Maybe I hit a tree. Alright, so we're coming in about, I think it's like 450 or 350. We're gonna see something. Yeah, there we go. So you can see here, I'm going to gimbal mount. And you can see that this other turret showed up. There's a turret on top, so we're just strafing back and forth, trying to shoot it. Part of the challenge with this thing is we have to line it up. Alright, we got one. You can't target them. That's part of why this is so difficult. And now that I think about it, just for the sake of expedience, you probably only need to target... Okay, so we want to set this up where they can't really hit us. As long as they can't hit us, we should be fine. I think that's good. So you really only need to take out one turret. We did take a little bit of damage there, some of it self-inflicted. Ooh, let's see. If they're still hitting us, we might have to move out and head back. Not sure why it's hitting the back of our shield. That seems a little buggy. So let's take a look. Ooh. You'll notice how... Okay, so I think that it's not actually hitting us. It's hitting this thing. So you saw me take out one turret. It is kind of a pain to do. But effectively, you could take out all turrets. It really doesn't affect the payout. So what I try to go for is efficiency in the mission. So we took out one turret, and then we just landed in the blind spot. And now we have rocks and trees kind of blocking cover, which make it easier for us. Alternatively, you could take out all turrets if it floats your boat. It just, to me, it takes a little while to line up. It doesn't seem like it's worth the time. But that's a decision for you to make. Now we will see, because I will head back and see if this was a mistake and if I should have taken the time to take out all the turrets. So it actually tells you right where the entrance is. So we're here. There will be enemies there. Most enemies are actually down below. So we're going to enter. And we're going to come up to this thing and we're going to go down. I'm going to get low, just so you can see here when I click customize, you could see that I have my tacit suppressor and my sight. So that's, I personally just kind of like to try to go stealth to a degree so they don't all run at me. And I like the aim assist. Now clicking Q and E will lean you side to side, which is nice. So we have a guy here. So there are 8 guys and a guy over here. So I'm going to take this guy out first. And because of the silence, that's helpful. Now there is a guy over to the right and over to the left. So you can see this guy right here. Oh. So took him out. Should be a guy over here to the right. So those are the first 4. Alright, so there are these little caves here. So normally they'll hide out in these little alcoves. Not a cave, alcove. Just be careful. When I run this on stealth mode, which I am kind of doing now with my suppressor, they tend to be in pretty obvious spots. But they do patrol and move around on occasion, so just keep your head on a swivel as you kind of play through. We're going to clear this top level. Normally there are only 4 guys up here. Once there was a 5th guy, they brought someone in. I was not doing this on stealth that time, so just be aware that they all can come crashing or running up if you do like to just open up fire and they hear a bunch of noise. If you're doing this solo, it is worth investing in a suppressor on whatever weapon you're running. There will be another guy around this corner down here, so just be aware. Okay, so we took him out. Sometimes he hides back there if he knows you're coming. Another guy around this corner. We're gonna swap out our mags. 2 left. I think there should be one on either side, sort of. Yeah. There's a guy there. And there's a guy somewhere over here to the left. There he is. And this is where I use my med pen to save myself. And we have just cleared all hostiles. I will do just a little exploring. It is kind of cool to see what they're up to down here. You can just run around. There isn't anything to pick up that I have found yet. Oh, there we go. So they have storage stuff. I like to explore, see if there's anything hidden. I have not found anything. One area that you can look is back here. Some equipment. Some shenanigans going back here. I'm just gonna run around. So we're gonna head out. Like I said, I have explored and haven't found anything that interesting. One thing you can also do here is equip or stow their weapons. As of now, we can't really. So you can see there, I stored that weapon on my back, and I can actually carry a couple weapons. So one in my hand. Let me put this away, and I'm gonna carry this one. So you can see I have, nope, not what I wanted to do. 2 weapons, and yeah, the one I picked up. Okay, so I can only carry 2 actually. So actually, one thing I want to check out here is 30 out of 22. 30 out of 22. I'm sciencing this. If I carry this, it doesn't actually change anything. I haven't figured out how to pick up mags, unfortunately, so we're not going to worry about it. We're going to head out and head back and repair. Let's see if our ship is still there. But that's how you evict illegal occupants, also known as the Bunker Buster mission. Where am I heading? Where am I heading? I just got turned around. There we go. Heading over here. So we're gonna go up. I like the P4AR. It is pretty good with this sight, reflex sight, and suppressor. This is kind of my preferred personal loadout. I also like the Night Stalker SMG. That one's pretty great. And it looks like they might still be shooting our ship. So our ship does appear to still be there. We're going to science this. Take off, head back to Everest and repair. You can see there we got a 7,000 outlay UEC. Got a little fun FPS going on. And our ship is just tanking some fire. Do not turn your ship off, because if your shields turn off, then you got a major problem. So it looks like they're hitting us a little bit. And the other thing I would note, I think these are dust storms. You can tell now, you have some dust storms going on. And it looks like That tree is taking most of the hit. So let's see how our ship is doing. The dust storm is getting worse, so we're going to head right in. But we're going to inspect real quick. It looks like we're intact in one piece. A little charring. I don't know if that's like the regular paint job or not. You'll notice that we did lose a fin. I think it's when we like freaked out and paused. We probably flew into a tree. So that sucks. We'll get that repaired. So we're gonna get out of here, head back to Everest, and then close out this mission. So welcome to Evict Illegal Occupants. That's how it's run. You can solo it, as you can see. 3 things you need: a good weapon, good armor or decent armor, and med pens. So what is going on? There we go. So we're going to head out of here. Getting out of range of their fire. I can't believe I lost that fin. I might have not had it to begin with, to be honest. I didn't notice. Maybe I needed to repair it from before. We're gonna head back to Everest Harbor. I do prefer Everest. I do prefer the missions in Hurston. I think it has the most diversity and some of the best UEC, farming UEC to time ratio in the game. Has a diversity of missions. You can see, like, I like the Space Combat mission with ECN. You can run that with a Freelancer or a Avenger Titan. I'm pretty sure you can run the ECN missions with any ship. Although if you have the stock Mustang, you're going to want to upgrade those weapons so you output a little more damage, and maybe add some ballistics if possible, depending on your playstyle to that. I am going to... But we are obstructed, so we're going to have to reset this up. Hit that orbital marker to bring us a little further out. So it's OM. OM is orbital marker. This just helps us get around planets to get different angles. And you can see here, without me dinking around, this probably took about, I want to say, 15 to 20 minutes. So 15 to 20 minutes to get 7,000 UEC, not horrible. Again, not as good as those ECN space combat missions where you can run them out pretty quickly, just going back and forth from Everest Harbor to whatever designated location. As always, if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please consider subscribing. Always appreciate a thumbs up. And please comment if there are better ways to do this or other suggestions I'm missing. I'm always happy to receive feedback. So for the rest of this episode, we're just going to head to Everest Harbor, repair, and then close out. And thanks for watching. Let's come in. We're going to lock that, open up comms. We'll head a little faster in max speed. I think we are properly oriented, I'm pretty sure. Alright, we'll bleed this off a little bit. And holding the space brake, which is X, to slow us down. Just kind of circling it for now. Reverse burn. Slow us down. Let's see where you want us.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay. Landing gear down.
Oh, I think it's on the other side. Sometimes you have to search around for your little gear. Nope, it's over here. And coming in. Nice and easy. You can see I set my throttle to pretty slow so I don't do anything crazy. and we are going to land and repair. I might take on some ECN mission just for fun, farm up some more, but we will call this an episode. Wanted to show you Evict Illegal Occupants coming in. I'm going to land, sit down, and let's see what the damage is. Oh, we got a 30k. But that will conclude this episode. Unfortunately, Star Citizen crashed on us, but you get the gist. As always, appreciate a subscribe and a thumbs up, and we hope to see you in the next episode. Shadow Coast out.